little house right across the road. That was the birthplace of the grandfather of the Hollywood actor Brian Dennehy. And that's actually in Church Street. We're now in Pound Hill. Many people call this Pound Hill, but you'll notice that the name up here, near where Sean is, it says Haggerty Street, because this Mr. Haggerty, Pat John Haggerty, owned a lot of this street, so it was called after him. Now we're now going to go down the Fairfield, and this is one of the public car parks of Millstreet, and we're going parallel to Minor Row. It's called Minor Row because it was called after Wallace the Junior of the Minor, M-I-N-O-R, and they called it Minor Row. But this is the back of Minor Row itself. A mehel is where they all cooperate together. They used to do it also when they were threshing corn. And if they were bending wheels in this forge, all the other blacksmiths would come to help that day. Whereas when the other blacksmiths were bending wheels in their forge, these people would go to help them. That is known as a mehel, or a bit of a network or a cooperation, and good neighbouring. They were good neighbours, basically, as such. So there we are, and it's the two boys from this particular house, John and Tommy Radley, who formed Radley Engineering, and to they then have a steel company in Dungarvan, County Waterford, and to they actually built the Spire of Dublin. And that's right in the centre of Dublin. When you'll see it first, you'll be so amazed. You'll be absolutely, as we say in Ireland, gobsmacked when you look at it, because it's so tall as such. This is our Millstreet PRO. And now I present to you Jerry Pat O'Leary.
Thank you, Shawnee.
Now you might like to say a quick word to our good friends here, please, Jerry.
In what language?
Oh, no, we have interpreters, so we can do it in English.
Just on behalf of everyone in Millstreet and ourselves here, thank you very much for coming, and I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I know the weather hasn't been fantastic, but we have to make best of what we have. All right, thank you.
Grand. Well done indeed. Thank you very much, Jerry. And Jerry is one of the many people who has arranged to have these very beautiful signs at the different approach roads. As you're coming into Millstreet, you may have seen all the welcoming signs. This is the centre of Millstreet here itself, and there's been any different speeches that have occurred here, or the welcoming home of victorious teams and so on, it always takes place here itself. I just want you to look for a moment, as you pass this door, just have a quick look at the two panels. Can you see why it's rather different? Oh yes, it's been discovered. Yes, at one point the window of this door got broken. The word bakery is spelled correctly here, B-A-K-E-R-Y. But when they were replacing the window, whoever was replacing it, must have been a Monday morning, it became B-A-C-K-E-R-Y. So we have bakery and backery. And as you can see, right down here, there was an actual wonderful waterfall and if you look at the old, the actual old pictures of Millstreet, you will find that people used come along and wash their clothes down here in what was known as the Mill Stream. And where we've just walked down now would have been known as the Mill Race. And just here at the side was the Mill Wheel. And old pictures of Millstreet show the mill wheel. It is a pity in some ways that it couldn't have been retained, but, well, it really wouldn't have been possible. And a very popular flower in Millstreet is the fuchsia, and notice it's just here at the side. It's very, very popular, especially at the 2 miles to the south of Millstreet. So this is not the original mill, but this is the present mill, and it's known as O'Regan's Mill. Now, right across the road, you will see that's Millstreet Town Park, and I'm sure you've all got a chance to go through it, but that, at the moment, there's renovation going on due to piping situations, but that's the Millstreet Pitch and Putt Club inside there. And it also houses a very beautiful, what it actually also has is football pitches, hurling pitches and soccer pitches. And that was opened in 1958. May I say that you have been hugely, hugely patient. It's been a great honour having you all, and I do hope I've given you a little insight into the history of Millstreet, and may I say that you're enhancing Millstreet hugely and helping our summer in no small way. And Sean Murphy here has been wonderful here today. Sean Murphy is an extensive farmer, and he has left the cows to take care of themselves for a moment today, has come down and you have become very famous because you're now part of a major feature, and the people on the second tour won't have this treatment. But we'll not tell them. And again, feel free to visit us at any point at the museum during the week. When you see us on the street, talk to us, and we'll only be too delighted to help you. And someday we'll try to get to your countries, and maybe not with a caravan. We'll try the local bed and breakfast, and you never know, we might caravan too if we knew you were caravanning somewhere. So anyway, Mina Mila Boykas, thank you all very much, and may you have a wonderful holiday, not only here in Millstreet, but an extended one in Ireland. Thank you all very much. And my goodness, as you're watching this very special broadcast from LTV2 Millstreet, our special summer broadcast, it's of course the 26th of July 2007, and it's been such a special week in Millstreet, Eilidh.
It has indeed, and the weather wasn't the best, but we're just hoping that our visitors still enjoyed their trip.
Well, they epitomise a wonderful spirit in the way that they reacted to the parade and the torrential rain.
Well, we must take off we didn't feel like taking off our hats, but we must take off our hats to them for the way that they behaved during the way they took it. They just laughed at the rain and carried on with what they were doing. It was so exciting.
And they have participated in such a wonderful manner. And of course, they attended the many town tours, and also many went over to Cullen Vintage. You remember last Sunday?
That was last Sunday, and of course they were blessed with fine weather there. Yes. They were blessed with fine weather. But
and I think there was a backing of a tractor took place.
There was, and I had the pleasure of presenting a trophy to a lovely young girl of 17 or something like that from Tullylease. She was Lisa Ring from Tullylease, and she won the tractor backing championship of the day in Cullen.
And she guided a member of LTV2, that rather special footage that Sean Murphy captured. That's coming later in the season.
Sean puts up great challenges to you, doesn't he? I think this is a sign that he really believes in you, that you can do anything.
And of course, Eilidh, later in the season, we're going to see yourself backing a bus.
Lacoin of Day, I'm going to back a bus so that people might back LTV2.
Excellent altogether. And look at this. My goodness, look, isn't this something?
Elevated site here in Cashman's Field at the top of Tullig Hill. And we are here looking down on the caravan site.
It's a sight to behold, and look at the hundreds of caravans down there. And those people at the moment are enjoying wonderful barbecues, and not only that, but wonderful musical sessions from many different countries all over the world.
That's right. They're all joining together, and they're all enjoying one another's customs and traditions and company.
Excellent. And as you're coming down the Tullig Road, this is the site that you actually will greet you, and my goodness, it's some sight to behold.
And of course, that's only one field. That's Hickey's land there now that we're looking at. And down the station road then there is of course Jerry Corkery's fields, and the Duggan family are very grateful to Jerry Corkery for letting his place be used for this. Absolutely. And of course down the station road then they have all these caravans as well.
Two special fields by Jerry being used. Now what we're looking at there, of course, is in fact the Dushan estate where all the different caravans are here. But in fact there's double the amount that we cannot see from here, so that'll just give you an idea, and all the different flags flying. But Eilidh, this has been such a special week, but let's remind people what's coming up during the coming season of LTV2 in the autumn. There's that very famous interview we did in Cork with a very famous person that sings very specially.
And that sings what? What's that she's saying?
All kinds
of everything
remind me of you.
Of course, and there's your girlfriend Dan. You got to be great friends.
Not only that, but we sang a duet.
Oh, lovely, all. Yeah,
and that was wonderfully illustrated.
That's only one of the things we're going to see when we come back in the fall. And of course, the important thing is that we are trying our crew, our hard-working crew, are trying the whole time to improve the signal. Yes. And Lacoin of Day, we are trying very hard to get a transmitter on Clara Mountain. Yes. And imagine. That would solve a lot of our problems.
Yes, transmission would be much, much clearer if this comes to pass, and hopefully it will come to pass.
It would be a dream come true for us.
Absolutely.
It would indeed.
Now, some of the other things that happened during the summer that we have, of course, our cameraman has several thousand feet into the air, and he parachuted right down.